send out letters. He'll be sending you that packet to get you those letters, and he'll be organizing that. And then he'll be keeping up with monies that comes in for you or comes in for you. He gives you a detailed report. That stuff just doesn't appear. It has to be processed and everything else. So that's the kind of thing that the staff does. And I think you can see it's a lot that goes into it. And let me remind you that this is FCA. This is, I was a youth pastor, and I'm still the youth pastor at my church. We don't have a gigantic youth group, but where there's one cow, you still got to feed, amen? So we get after it, and we have a group of about 20 plus students. And no disrespect to youth ministry, but sometimes it's just different working with people that aren't haven't been in some way, shape, form, or fashion under the leadership of a coach. And we coach you. I hope that you see this is a little different. This is going to be coaching. There's not a lot of Democratic voices around here. You don't get to vote much. You don't get to put an opinion in the box. We tell you how it's going to be because it goes fast. And these interns can tell you it goes fast. Before you know it, we're all crying, leaving each other, and we're looking forward to another time we get together because it does go so fast. And the days are jam-packed. It's very challenging physically, and it's very challenging, and a lot of times people aren't ready for it. For example, we do this, parents. The guys are on one side of the room always, the girls on the other. There's no, when they do leadership stuff, they get together, of course, and at lunch they mingle. But we separate any ability that there might be a guy in the room thinking more about the girl than Jesus. We try to eliminate that because this is the time in life where you're looking for an M&M, amen, marriage material. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look for the plane, not the nut, amen. All right, so here's the deal. So we want to make sure they keep their eyes on the prize, and from time to time, in every organization, the leader has to make a decision that will not make everyone happy. I unfortunately have that position, and sometimes I'm that part of the anatomy that no one likes, the rear end. And so I want you to know that we make these decisions. We're not trying to be mean, but we're trying to be as clear and as fair for everybody. And there's no really, for example, we don't tolerate being late to mornings. If you are, they'll tell you real quick. You'll be doing detail you don't want to do. And then it's a job, so we expect it. Plus, we want to be good stewards. You're supposed to, you're getting paid for this a little bit. I keep saying a little bit because I know it's not a lot. But but it is a stewardship responsibility. We want to be good stewards. We want to be able to tell people to give to you with confidence that these people work for it. And let me tell you something, you do work for it. It's about 40 plus hours a week. On average with camps, it's probably 45 to 50 hours a week. And you get after it. But along the way, there's so much fun, a lot of good time. One guy said this weekend, everyone needs a Barnabas in their life. The coaches, we try to be encouragers along the way. And the greatest encouragement is we try to make sure we're the Paul in their lives too, to say, make sure make sure that you get along with God, and be able to do, what does it say? Not the what else, but the whatever. Think on whatever, dwell on whatever is pure, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is praise, what we give them that time. We call it silence and solitude. Can you imagine this whole property being filled with students with their Bibles with no cell phone? Ah! Right? It's like they're going to blow up. No, they didn't. None of them blew up. None of them died. None of them went into cardiac arrest. They thought they were. Without my cell phone for an hour, and we just give them time along with God to grow. And so that's the kind of thing that happens. And we want this meeting to take place just so no one comes in going, I didn't know it was going to be that hard. I didn't know y'all were going to do that. We just want to be honest up front. And we want the Lord to give you peace. We want everybody. However, everybody may be not ready for this. And if Alexander looked at me today and said, can I start a piece about doing this summer? He better know, because I love him just the same as if he did it 12 summers in a row or if he didn't do it another one. I love him, and I love you already, and I'm so thankful that you even here interested. So if you don't have a piece, once you hear this, please just tell us. It'll make both sides real happy, because we'll love you either way. Just like nothing shocks God, ain't gonna shock us if you say that ain't for me right now. Cool. And we'll press on. And there's camps along the way that you can come serve at. And there's so many other ways you can volunteer with FCA. But the internship role is definitely a different role. And I think Gary's going to hand out some sheets now. You might have some of these, or you should have gotten some of these in the mail. But we're just going to go over them because, again, we just don't want anybody to go, I didn't know about that, or we want to give a chance to everybody be clear on what we're doing.